really don't care about execution that much. Once I have what I think at the time is a good route, I very quickly move away from that game. So there's still tons of stuff that I still miss because one person will never find everything by themselves. Everything we do is built on other people's work, and at the time there just wasn't any other work.
In December of 2014, Ethan Wolfcat would get a world record in the 100% category, earning all points in a little over 51 minutes. This time would be beaten by Korzik 3 months later. So far, all the runs have essentially been efficient Let's Plays, the kind of thing you would see if you played the game with a walkthrough and skipped all the dialogue. It doesn't seem like a very interesting speed game, but that would soon change.
Okay, so let's try again. I was doing logic grid puzzles when I was like 6 or 7, and I just love them. So back when I was, really young and playing this game, it was really kind of like the first outlet I had that was like a story plus this type of problem solving puzzle. And that just kind of gave it this very full life character story to these puzzles. And that connection is just something that I think King's Quest VI does better, honestly, than any game I have ever played. It honestly felt a lot like I was exploring the Wild West. The little bit of like glitch hunting that I did was trying to just test out all the different versions. And I happened to notice that when I tried the GOG version, it's so weird. He walks so much faster across the screen randomly.
Jackie had unlocked the most powerful movement tech in the game, what she called glitchy fast walks, but have since come to be known as zips. So why does this happen? For that, let's talk to an expert.
I'm Sluicefox, and I'm a member of the ScumVM project, and I work mostly on the SCI engine, and that's the part of ScumVM that runs Sierra games like King's Quest VI. Alex's speed is determined by the speed slider. Speeds 1 through 16, those are tethered to time. So each one of those represents a delay in ticks or 60ths of a second that would occur between each movement advancement. And so if you lower the slider, that number gets bigger, you've got bigger delays. So you go slower. But then the top one is special. That's speed 0. And when you want to go faster than a 60th of a second, what you have to do is just abandon time altogether. But then as time goes on and computers get faster, if it's going to be the year 2000 and suddenly speed 0 is really, really fast, because now it's about how many game cycles can we throw at your computer.
So why doesn't Alex move at top speed all the time? When Alex completes a turn and faces a non-diagonal direction, there's code that suppresses his speed by 2 levels.
And our assumption is that they noticed that it just looked a little more natural if they did that, because they went to a lot of work to implement this. What you get is that on a fast computer that can do a lot of game cycles really quickly, turning and then facing a diagonal direction will put you in speed 0, and now you can go really fast.
So why didn't we see this in Bill's run? Bill, and others before him, were running the game using ScumVM, a program that can run old adventure games. ScumVM throttles the speed of King's Quest VI to make it more stable. Jackie had bought the game from GOG, which, at the time, distributed the game with DOSBox, a popular DOS emulator. DOSBox allows you to adjust the cycles, which are, roughly, how fast the emulator is running. At higher cycles, the zip effect is more pronounced. These increased cycles make Alex move fast, but they do have a few downsides. First, Alex needs to scale the cliffs of the Sacred Mountain. We call them the Cliffs of Copy Protection because each screen has a puzzle solvable only by consulting the game's manual. The player needs to click on each stone, and a single misclick means... So you want your clicks to be precise. You also want them to be fast because if you stand still, there's a random chance for Alex to lose his balance.
Whoa, wait a minute.
These whoa wait a minutes are really annoying because they break your rhythm and take a moment to recover from. Whoa, wait a minute.
Oh,
On higher emulation cycles, they happen more and more frequently. The second downside to higher cycles? A group of
crashing like that, just as I say it. Frick.
like I did a ton of research in how to fix this crash. At one point, I even reached out to GOG directly to their customer service team. Couldn't find anything with that, but I honestly thought that the crash was, somehow linked to the fast walk. So eventually, I kind of gave up on trying to figure out how to get rid of the crash because I kind of figured it would get rid of the fast walks as well.
Despite having to restart the emulator and sit through the opening loading sequence, she still manages to beat out Bill Bull's time with a 25-24.
Fuck.
3 days later, she
Fuck.
would push the record down even further.
No.
This time she's routed in a better place to save and restart the game herself instead of waiting for the game to crash. At the castle, Jackie demonstrates another challenging part of the run.
One thing that happened